Hello everybody and welcome to another in our series of interviews, Northwood Tech Talks, where we keep sharing with you more about our partners. So today I am absolutely delighted to have Brian Cleary, Security Sales Manager for Aritech Ireland, and we're going to be talking all about the brand, the products and solutions that Aritech have to offer. So delighted to be here with Brian. Let's get him on the call. Hi Brian, how are you?
Good afternoon, Wendy. How are you?
Great to see you. I'm delighted. I've been really looking forward to this chat. So I hope you're up for some questions.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to join you today. I've been really looking forward now to this Q&A and to talk about the different solutions that we have here in Aritech Ireland. So thank you to Northwood Technology for giving us this opportunity.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. So I suppose to start off with, Brian, can you tell us a bit about yourself and your role in Aritech and how long you've been with the company?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Mine's a little bit of an interesting journey. So I started working for the company back in 2004. So I'm actually now in my 17th year with the company. I'm still a young pup at 36. So almost almost half my life working for the company, but I absolutely love working here. Started as actually an operator. We had a manufacturing plant here in Dublin. So on the production floor, manufacturing still actually some products that we produce today. I then moved into the warehouse, spent a little time in the warehouse shipping products over to our distribution center in the Netherlands, and then an opportunity came up within the sales team, which I applied for and clearly got, and started working as customer service and then operations manager. So that was kind of first part of the journey, and then during my time then as operations manager, the company have like an internal sponsorship scheme where they invite us if we want to do any further education. So 2014, I went and did a kind of nighttime degree in business studies in Dublin Business School. Shortly afterwards, I became a key account manager for the company, then on to regional sales manager. And now I am the security sales manager for Ireland and Northern Ireland. So it's been an amazing journey, and I have a lot of people to be thankful for too.
Amazing.
And it is, it's very, very good. So I actually also met my beautiful wife while working for the company. Gillian was working for the company here as well when I started. Yeah, so
you have a lot to be thankful for. So
well, to be honest, there are certain days where I kind of look and go, my company owe me a little bit more than maybe what they realize. But in general, no, it's been terrific. Really, really enjoyable. And as I said, I absolutely love working for the company. Really do.
That's really good to hear, and congratulations on such an amazing journey so far. I mean, as
thank you very much.
36, like that's not bad going, Brian. So yeah, and it's we really enjoy working with you in Northwood as well. So I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. It's absolute pleasure. It always makes it easier, when we've customers and partners such as Northwood Technology. It makes life very, very easy.
Thanks, Brian. So we saw last year it was a really exciting time for the company. So there was a good few changes resulting in the relaunch of the Aritech brand. So can you tell us a bit more about having the Aritech brand back in Ireland and what that means to you and installers?
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. It's been an exciting year for the company, and obviously clearly difficult circumstances, with everyone due to the COVID pandemic. But carrier fire and security, we remain as committed as ever, ongoing development and innovation across our portfolio. We continue to invest in our engineering and our R&D centers across Europe and Australia. And having the Aritech brand back, not only in Ireland but as a global brand is exciting, and the feedback from our customers has been absolutely it's been overwhelming. Anyone who's actually been working in the security industry in Ireland knows the Aritech brand, and a household trusted name. So we knew it was time to give customers peace of mind, when what they've been searching for.
Yeah.
So we're driven by customer feedback. So it's important to have a presence here in Ireland, which we continue to do so, and that we can work with our installers and end users, and of course the feedback and the voice of our customer. That's what we portray back to our development teams to make sure that the correct solutions are being delivered to the Irish market. So yeah, an extraordinary year, an
Yeah.
exciting year, and here's to the future.
Yeah, it was definitely exciting watching from Northwood's perspective. Just seeing Aritech launch back into the country has been incredible. So
Yeah.
also when I look at the portfolio of carrier, fire and security manufacturers, so it's quite extensive. How do you manage such a wide range of products? So including your intruder, your access control, you've got video, life safety. So how do you manage that?
Yeah, it's a mass portfolio in which we do, and we're all about the customer, making sure that their ongoing needs are here to, particularly with an ever changing landscape. It's very, very important. And we're one of the few manufacturers who actually supply all the different disciplines, as you mentioned, like intruder, access control, video, life safety systems. And we can actually offer seamless integration through our management software, which is called the 8600. So, we hear a lot about integration from our installers and consultants and architects, and we see out there in the field that a certain intruder panel can integrate with a video platform, and another one can do with video and access control. Whereas for ourselves, we do our intruder panel, we do our video platform, access control, life safety systems, and everything that is bought out of the box can actually be seamlessly integrated. So to give you a kind of a case study or an example, a VIP, a very famous rock star in Ireland, who
Oh, who
has
would that be now?
I not gone GDPR. We can't, but they would have a house in Malahide in Dublin. They have a beautiful penthouse apartment overlooking Central Park in New York. They have a fairly large mansion in California and a house down in the south of France. So they've got all our product, the different disciplines, the video, the intruder, the access control, the fire. They have them all in each one of these premises. And
Wow.
in each one of these premises, they come back to one central management software. So you've got a guy in Dublin overseeing, looking at these interactive maps of each of the different premises, and he can control it from one unit. So, for example, if there's a zone that's triggered on our intruder panel, which is the Avise Advance, you can have immediately a camera showing the area. You can test all the sounders from the fire alarm system. If someone happens to badge a reader to gain access and there's access denied, up will pop up a picture of the person who's trying to gain access, and the person in the control unit can either give them access or refuse it. And there's really endless possibilities in terms of what you can do with this management software. So to reiterate, we're unique in the fact that we do offer the complete different disciplines, that we have seamless and true integration. So the intruder panel, the Advise Advanced, which actually has the highest level of cyber security with 3 shields at level 3. I'm not sure if we are still the only manufacturer, but we were certainly the first one to obtain this level of security for cyber security at level 3. So we were absolutely thrilled with that. The panel starts off at 32 zones. It goes up to 128. And then our largest offering, which is the 4500 variant, has 512 zones.
Wow.
So it's the same programming. It's just more users, more memory. And actually, what's unique as well is that you can actually have access control using the intruder panel, and you can have up to 96 intelligent doors using our 4500 variant. So it's a really, really powerful tool. This year we've launched the 4G GSM module for the Avise Advanced. The app itself is free to download, and each panel can connect to what's called our UltraSync Cloud Portal, which allows you to then connect to your central station for monitoring.
Okay.
On the video range, we have full suite of cameras. Your people counting camera, your ANPR camera, your thermal imaging camera. We 24-hour burn test all our cameras, and we do 6 months regression testing as well on our recorders, and that's to ensure that we have maximum security. So our video, it's hassle free, straightforward, out of the box, and it's actually quite affordable as well. And that can also integrate into our video management software, which is called True Vision Navigator. And again, was probably very, very important. That's actually free of charge.
Wow.
So yeah, and we stringently test, we security test against network vulnerability for cyber attacks, which make sure that the integrity of your video system that you're installing for both the installer and the end user is to the maximum. So yeah, this wide range of yeah. We then also have our network switches, which can also be integrated into True Vision Navigator. Here you can actively monitor your switches. You can control power to their embedded PoE ports, determine what cameras and storage are connected to which switches, monitor port uses, and have full access to each switch configuration pages. So again, another powerful platform in which we offer. And then obviously we have the Fire, which is under Damien McNevon's remit here. He's the fire sales. Yeah, friend Damien, and yeah, they have on the Fire side they have a fantastic hybrid solution. So all in all, when you add all the elements together and you have that integrated into this management software, and you can have multiple clients, it's really is a powerful tool.
Yeah. So you mentioned the management software, but that's, I suppose, for the commercial side of your business, Brian. So let's talk. You also have a very strong presence in the residential market, so notably in Ireland with the Zerowire smart home solution. So can you tell us a bit more about that and what the installer and the end user can expect from it?
Yeah. Well, I think it's just here in front of me. So this is the Zerowire. That's a Zerowire panel, self-contained system.
It's not very seamless, Brian, isn't it? Like
it is. It is
looks nice. I wouldn't mind that on my wall.
Yeah. Well, we'd have to make sure that that's arranged. But yeah, the feedback we get from both installers and end users, it's a very modern, slick panel. I mean, such a powerful box of tricks in one panel, which I'll elaborate on now. But we've had massive success with Zerowire, in particular in Ireland, and both obviously for the residential and the SME markets. It's 64 zones, 64 wireless zones. It has endless possibilities. Full range of detectors that you would expect: your PIRs, contacts, micro contacts, dual techs, shock sensors, key fobs. We then also have a smoke heat detector, which can also be used as a standalone detector. And you can have that selected as either heat only or smoke only, or a combination of both. And then we also have a very interesting device, which is our freeze flood detector. So basically, it's a small device, and it can sit at the back of a dishwasher or a washing machine or a fridge, or if it's going into a commercial unit, it can sit into a server room. And what it does is, if there's 4 copper nodes, if water gets onto 2 of the 4 copper nodes, it will actually give you a push notification or trigger your alarm panel, and that could save end users or commercial thousands and thousands of
Absolutely,
euros.
Brian. There's the other area that you could, because we're boat users, so we have boat on Shannon, and where I thought immediately when I heard about this flood sensor, I was like, my God, that would be amazing for our boats, because we're up in Dublin, and if the boat starts to water starts to come in, you'd have this little notification on your phone to say there's a bit of water has been contacted the bottom of the sensor.
Yeah, we've seen it.
I suppose is just that installers could reach out to is boat owners.
Absolutely, we have it. We have it in marinas, which are monitoring boats and yachts, for any kind of detection of water that are coming across. We actually had an incident. It must have been about 6 or 7 weeks ago. I think a storm, not unusual, of course, for Ireland in the west. That actually did. It was unfortunately it got damaged. The detector was sat, I think it was I think it was a barge, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Water came across, notification came through, and they were actually able to react. And by actually doing that, it saved the barge. It actually saved it because they were
Amazing.
able to get out and to get it fixed. So yeah,
Yeah.
such a device, and to have that tied in with
Yeah.
the Zerowire is a fantastic euro, and very very affordable as well. So that's one part of what Zerowire does. As I mentioned, there's quite a lot to it. We have Wi-Fi indoor desktop cameras, outdoor cameras. We also have a doorbell. So the app, again, like the Voice Advanced for Zerowire, it's free to download. You can have live streaming through the cameras. You can have two-way audio. You can have motion detector. Motion detection. And Zerowire, I suppose, what we find with Zerowire is that it actually caters for all ages too. So we've seen Zerowire being installed in a care home, or for elderly users, because as you see from the panel now, I don't have it powered up, but on the keypad, each of the buttons here are LED illuminated,
Okay.
and it's also got voice enunciation. So if there is anything ever open, a zone is open, a window happened to be open, and an end user is going to arm the system, this is a status button. If everything is okay, it will be green. If there's a window open, it will turn yellow. And if the end user hits the status button, not only will it tell you that something is open, it will actually tell you where it is open. So if my
Great.
back door is open. So it's very very user friendly, very very simplistic,
Yeah.
which is excellent.
And do you
Um,
have the emergency? So if you press one of the buttons, will it
yeah,
ring emergency like the Gardaí or?
yeah. You can see we've got. Oh, you may not be able to see it. Let's see if I can bring it closer. So you've got the guards here, the police. You've got medical, and you've got fire.
So just
So if
one
you
button, you hit it and it'll ring through for you.
absolutely,
Brilliant. That's
yeah.
really clever.
Absolutely. So as I said, we've it's very very simplistic. Then we talk about elderly or care homes. We've also got a medical pendant, so it can be acted as a wristwatch, or you can wear it as a lanyard. So if someone ever, hopefully it never happens, but if they happen to have a fall, or they hear something, potential break in, all they need to do is they just hit the button. It triggers the alarm.
Okay.
You can send a signal through to the monitoring station, which in turn can do what they need to do, and make sure that the correct people are contacted. You can also have the app. There's up to 13 people that can be linked to Zerowire. So your friends or family could be connected. So for example, if you're going away on holidays, or someone is looking after your house temporarily, the app can be set up, and then they can have full arm, disarm, and push notifications come through.
Mhm.
And the panel is actually it's a rapid installation. It
Yeah.
really is. And we find guys now are down kind of a typical 3-bed semi. They're in and out now in about 2 hours time. The panel,
Wow.
like the Voice Advanced, you can connect it through to a central station via our ultrasync portal, and through our ultrasync portal, you can actually do any diagnostics as through the cloud. So you could be sat here in the office connecting to a panel as if you're in front of the keypad. So that's saving installation. Installers having to visit site, or an end user calling them to say that they want to change something, or they're looking for a particular enhancement.
Yeah.
Just about everything can actually be done through the cloud, and we push firmware, and
They'd be
everything else
delighted
can be
with
done.
that, Brian. No more late night call outs.
Indeed, absolutely. So the panel also has it's got a built-in Wi-Fi card, so you can connect to the end user's broadband straight away.
Right.
And as I said, you download the app, which is free, and have push notifications going through. It's also on the back. You've got an IP port as well, so you can actually hardwire. You can get an Ethernet cable through, and that will connect you to the cloud as well if you don't want to use the Wi-Fi card. And then at the back here, this is where the GSM module will sit into as well. And last year we actually launched the 4G variant of the GSM.
Okay.
So numerous of different ways to get into the cloud. We
Amazing.
then Yeah, and we also, as I said, there's a lot to it. We've a Wi-Fi keypad as well. So if the end user, I'm going to give you an example here, of a couple of weeks ago. we actually put Zerowire into my mother's home. She had a previous system which was more than 15 years old, which was an Aritech system as well. She was able to use all the wireless devices because it was a wireless system already. So then wireless devices could be used with Zerowire. To change it, it was 50 minutes. By the time
Wow.
that they did it, 50 minutes it took, and that was by providing my mother with, and my brother still lives there too, with the app. But she
Wow.
was she was actually blown away by the different ways of that she's able to arm and disarm the system. So she can do it through the keypad that's on the panel. She can do it through the Wi-Fi keypad. We've got key fobs that she can arm and disarm. You've got the app notification. You've got the app in which you can arm and disarm. So in her very words, and maybe she's biased because of my mother, but she said she did say, this is an absolutely phenomenal system. It's so easy to use, and different ways of doing it. And she's delighted with the system. She really is.
Well, if
And then,
Mrs. Cleary says that it's phenomenal, it's phenomenal.
yeah, she could be hard to please sometimes. She can, but no, I love it to pieces. And then the panel then also has what's called Z-Wave technology. So Zerowire can integrate with both Alexa and Google Assist. For this is catered now for, we find the system going into a lot of younger homes that are now very familiar and become accustomed to the latest technology. And you can have up to 252 Z-Wave devices on your Zerowire. And what that means is, not only now do you get a security system, not only are you able to protect from flood detection, from smoke detection, that you've got a very slick looking panel, and you've got a Wi-Fi keypad as well, but you can now control your lighting. You can tell Alexa to turn off my kitchen lights, and it will do so because the Zerowire will act like a hub for that technology.
Okay.
You can connect your heating to it, so you can turn on your heating or set it to a particular temperature. You can add wireless locks to the system.
Okay.
So anyone, for example, that would have, we find this very popular in the likes of holiday homes, who have to manage a holiday, might have a holiday home in Donegal, and what they'll do is they will, you can get like a pin keypad, and through the system they can actually change the user code. So Mr. and Mrs. Smith is visiting on Saturday, and they rather than having to visit and hand over keys, they can actually change the pin on the lock.
Yeah.
And then what they can do is Mr. and Mrs. Smith leave the following Saturday, and another family tend to come on Tuesday, and it's just a change of user code. So it's been used in a lot of kind of, you see it in
Airbnb.
Airbnbs, exactly.
Yeah, because I know I've stayed in a few Airbnbs and they have, the little box outside,
Yeah,
and you
key safe.
put in the code and you take the key out, and
Yeah,
you put it back in there when you're leaving. But they must obviously change the code then.
yeah,
Or,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it just means, that they may be visiting the premises each time, whereas this now can be done remotely. And we've often seen people have forgotten keys, or um, have locked themselves out, by a touch of an app with the wireless locks. You can open and close the door as well. So
Yeah.
it's a great feature. So that is actually the short version and brief overview of Zerowire, and there's a lot more to the product. And of course, we're delighted because it's exclusively available through Norwood Technology in Ireland, and you guys support the product fantastically well. And credit to you. So a phenomenal system, and
It
we're
is
delighted with it.
amazing. Yeah, and very popular with our installers, Brian. So yeah, it is. Can definitely vouch. I think it's an incredible product, and I can see it really growing in the next year or two. And a lot of people are going to be hearing an awful lot more about it.
Yep.
So we've recently seen a huge change, obviously due to COVID, with more and more requirements for digital platforms. So how Aritech adopted to those changes?
Yeah, I think like most companies, we've adopted. We've been offering more and more training now online. We've been hosting webinars showcasing our product solution, and actually this month we've launched our e-commerce platform. So this is where now
Okay.
customers are able now to go on, see our full basket of products, which I touched on in the earlier this afternoon. They can place orders, they can seek availability, they can track orders. All the technical information is there. And you can follow if there's any new product launches or promotions. They'll also be built into the tool. So that's just one example in terms of how we've gone digital. It's actually a platform that's been available for a couple of years within our company, but we decided that in March that we would launch it for the Irish market.
Okay.
So that's been an exciting tool to roll out early this month. But yeah, from training to webinars,
Yeah.
it's almost become the norm, like everyone else.
Wow.
And then
Yeah.
our parent company, Carrier, they've also recently launched its Healthy Buildings, Healthy Homes program.
Okay.
So many aspects to making homes and buildings healthy. And we continue to work with our development teams to help deliver solutions to help protect people and property and enhance occupant experiences. So, looking at the surveys and due to COVID now, we spend 90% of our time indoors. So the pandemic has allowed us to actually develop solutions to ensure that we are providing security solutions and upgrades, to ensure contactless access management, remote monitoring, diagnostics, and a lot more. So yeah, we've adopted very, very well as an organization.
That's incredible. So the future looks very bright for Aritech, that's for sure. I know
Yeah.
you've run through a lot of the new exciting developments, but are there any others that you could share with me today, or have you told us everything, Brian? I'm just trying to make sure I get everything out of you.
Well, actually, funny. It's today. It's the 23rd of March, and I can actually share with you two new developments that are
Oh, knew I'd get some.
yeah, fresh. So today, yeah, we've seen that every country now will experience that there's be a shutdown of the PSTN lines. Telecommunication providers are transitioning from PSTN to an all IP communications. So there's a requirement there for change. So today in Ireland, in the south of Ireland, we've launched what's called our UltraSync communicator. And that offers a solution where you can now have your device connected over IP. So older alarm systems, which don't have an app, can now use. You can plug the UltraSync communicator onto the existing panel. The app again is free to
Wow.
download,
Yeah.
and the installer can actually connect old legacy panels, any panels that are connected over PSTN, and bring them now into an IP solution via our UltraSync cloud, and in turn connect now to a monitoring station as well. So it's a quick solution with a kind of simple, one button push button setup, which provides higher speed of communications over. If you want to go single path 4G or dual path, you can have 4G or over IP. There's two different units. And there'll be no longer a requirement for like phone lines. So your phone line costs will be removed, and you'll also receive a higher level of security, as PSTN based communications are not, they're not always authenticated or encrypted, and are actually susceptible to being disabled. So that's a very exciting device to be able to bring and to offer installers as of today. So we'll be seeing a lot more information on that over the coming days. And again, this will be available through Norwood Technology as
Yeah.
well. And then I have a second bit that I can share with you. I'm allowed to share some, but not everything, because the roadmap for Aritech is as exciting as ever. We've a terrific rollout coming for later this year, and numerous of different products and enhancements. It's I mentioned innovative company and how we're investing in our R&D and our engineers, so that will continue. So the second bit that I can actually share with you today is that there's been an update. I mentioned the Advisor Advanced intruder panel and how it ties in with access control. You can have up to 96 intelligent doors with the 4500 variant. So today we've actually, and it's available on through your phone. You can download it through iOS or Android. It's available now. And what you can do is you now have door management. So the app, the Advisor Advanced app, can now control standard doors. Users can now open, you can lock, you can unlock, you can disable, you can enable doors all through the app. So that's an enhancement that's actually come out today. So
yeah, incredible.
you got more more than what you bargained for. But no, thanks for asking
Well,
the
thank
question.
you for trusting us by allowing me to get that information out of you, Brian.
No problem, my
Very
pleasure.
good. Well, listen, Brian, it has been an absolute pleasure, and I really enjoyed chatting with you today. And I'm sure anyone who's watching the video will enjoy hearing all about Aritech and its journey in the last year. If you want to know more about any of Aritech's products, please do get in touch with us at Northwood Technology. And we have our website, northwoodtechnology.ie, or you can call us in Dublin on 018601880. Or well, also, if you have any questions for Brian, pop them in underneath. If this is on YouTube or LinkedIn, we'll be posting it at a later stage. So any questions, let us know, and I'll get Brian to answer them for you. In the meantime, Brian, we're really looking forward to working with you and Aritech for the remainder of 2021. And from Brian and I, take care, everyone, and we'll see you soon. Thanks, Brian.
Thanks, Reddy. Thanks very much. Bye, guys.
Take care.